SCPH replay, and we are gonna have a rematch between two top-tier players, I could pretty much say. And it is gonna be onto Eternal Empire we go. This is gonna be a fun one. It's a little old on the replay end, but thank you for sending this one in. So TVZ action, Mr. PandaUser. We're on the bottom left. Who we got on that red Zerg?
It's Vivid.
It's Vivid! And so many things honestly to talk about Mr. Vivid, but we'll get onto that as soon as we introduce his opponents. On the blue Terran, who we got, Mr. Panda?
It's HeRoSCV.
It's HeRoSCV. So basically, guys, this is Phoenix, one of the finalists in terms of the support pool. Wasn't that top 4, unfortunately didn't make it to the final 2, but has shown that he has a lot of promise into the scene. Very mech focused player, and especially in this patch, mech really is the way to go for the Terran race. But in the meantime, his opponents, Vivid on the bottom left on this Zerg. A pretty rich history about him. Australian player with Asian heritage, but something to note, of the OSC Elite team. Now recently they did disband, but he's still part of their family as a brand ambassador. But beyond that, especially for the Philippine scene, guys, OSC Elite used to house our Golden Boy Ender in their team. And how to join OSCE. You really can't join now because it's gone. It is gone as a pro team. But it still does have Demi and Vivid under it. So overall, they still support the scene. Always good to see. There you go. Even confirming OSCE not a team anymore. It is just more about getting the brand recognition. Hey, be like, hey, we've been here and we have made their mark. So Panda, for you, what has been like a team that you can recall basically from the scene that
For
really for
the
SCPH
scene?
Yeah, for PH scene.
Yeah, it's just EXO, but it's still ongoing. But you know, it never really disbanded. It's just more members playing, but the OGs aren't there as much as they used to be.
Yeah, it was like Wings of Liberty days, truly, and coming into Heart of the Swarm. But you know, after after the first 2 years, that's what I got from the history of SC2. You know, I really recently just came in, honestly, but the golden day was like 10-11, right? 2010, 2011. You can say a little bit of 2012, but
A bit of 2012, yeah.
yeah, but it was really Wings of Liberty and then Bust. Oh, can Vivid actually get saved? No, doesn't get it. HeRoSCV. Beautiful micro actually with that Reaper able to get the takedown there. But as I was saying, like beyond Heart of the Swarm, like at the start of Heart of the Swarm, it really was just Ender's show. For me, that's what I've gotten out of it, honestly. It was Ender being at the top of his game.
Of course.
And he really cemented himself as the best of the best. Like Wings of Liberty, StarCraft 1, he was one of the best, but he wasn't like above and beyond everyone. Am I correct about that statement?
Yeah, because people like Jabito, if you know the name, and then there was Waning Moon.
Yeah,
when he wasn't a Hearthstone player first. We're one of the OG guys that were like balanced all around. But then Ender came out on top.
Yeah, and Ender right now, especially the fact that winning SEA Games, we win as one, and he's the one who won all of that cash money and the medal, of course. But beyond all of that, man, Yeet right there. Let's talk about the game. We saw HeRoSCV able to get that snipe onto the drone. Good start there for our blue Terran. And we said before, this is a rematch basically. So this is game number 2. It's not a series per se, but HeRoSCV is like, hey, look, we were able to get another match going. And this is pretty fun to have both sides be very familiar with each other's playstyles. You can already see that HeRoSCV was looking to get those pokes early, make sure that Vivid was not really able to get that macro focus on. In the meantime, speaking of the macro focus, Vivid really is heavily on that economy. 3 hatcheries, 1 spawning pool, no tier 2 tech as of yet, and that is the show. In the meantime, here for HeRoSCV, as the 1-1-1 set on up, Hellions are being pumped up as well. 4 of them will be sent in to go for the attack. And as is standard here for our boy HeRoSCV, he's building up that fusion core. An early battle cruiser has been one of his favorites in terms of strategy.
Yep. Yeah, I haven't seen these players before, so at least I'm learning more about them. And yeah, it's nice to see that people are still interested in the StarCraft PC.
That's always fun to see. And yeah, PandaUser, guys, if you don't know, one of the OG veterans basically as well. was one of the starting points into the scene. We can honestly say everyone in StarCraft 2 is an OG person except maybe me. Except maybe me and some the new blood, like the new blood players.
This is
but
the new bloods and you.
yeah, but beyond that, everyone is like from back in the day, 2010, 2011, that kind of thing. HeRoSCV gets the burn on to that Zergling, and yeah, HeRoSCV one of the new bloods as well. So you know, you get that old, you get that new. You can see sometimes the age and the knowledge, but it's all fine there. We're just having fun talking about the good times and the bad. I do miss the heyday of StarCraft 2 in comparison. Anyway though, we are gonna finally get the lair here and now from Vivid. He is looking to go for that 4th base, and the thing about Vivid, he is looking to set up with those queens in a proper spot to face off against the Hellions to begin with. I also like this from Vivid. He's walling off the ramp closest to his natural with 2 Evo Chambers, very cost effective, means that the Hellions will really only have one opening to go for the run on in. And HeRoSCV has to react already, but overall, you can really see Vivid very, very stable as a macro player so far, trying to get the bigger and better base, go for the 200, 200, and win things out. In the meantime, here comes HeRoSCV sending his opening attack, opening salvo, and gets in position onto the 3rd. Big birds already, 3 workers make that 6 go down. Zerglings right now going to be forced into the funnel. Beautiful Strando onto 1. And in the meantime, Queen's numbering into the many. Did he kill his own Queen? Seems like something happened on the high ground. Unfortunate there. It's the battlecruiser hasn't brought along, so the queens were on the high ground. Make sure the battlecruiser was not going to be able to get a good warp on and just use the tactical jump. But in the meantime, trying to pop these balloons. Overall though, the Hellions have been face down, and honestly, Vivid looking pretty solid so far. So many queens still. The Zerglings were sure sacrificed, but overall, he forced the Hellions back. And right now, the queens out in front yet again by the ramp. Beautiful positioning here from Vivid to defend his lands. And the Red Zerg looking so solid so far. Again, right now though, trying to find things out, looking to make sure that there is nothing wonky in the back. And the Hellions onto the right hand side, looking to just stop things over. But Vivid, already on it, has basically decided to make those drones into spine crawlers instead, play the defensive, and make sure the furthest expansion he has is well defended, and creep tumors to connect the dots. So right now, what can you say about our Zerg player, Mr. Panda? He's going for that Spire, and is this really the proper transition to go on?
Yeah, I mean, you want to catch those battle cruisers off guard, as well as try to counter the mech play. And he's defended properly, but I think the run-in from the Helions damaged the workers a bit. But all in all, our Terran player, I think he a bit overcommitted to Helios, but it was fine. The battle cruisers couldn't have anything done, but at least harassed a bit.
Yeah, and honestly, the big thing right now for HeRoSCV, he is pretty behind in that economy because Vivid is stockpiling so much. When you're going for that many bases and you're able to defend that well, you are really going to be looking to be ahead. And the Zerg going for the cardinal rule, of course, +1 base all the time, every time. Gonna get that Carapace up and running, +1 onto the range, +1 onto the flyers. And yes, it is gonna be the Mutalist Roach transition here and now from Vivid. Gonna go for a mix and match, moving up the ladder by this point in time. And the bulk of queens looking to defend as much as possible. He already knows that the battlecruisers are coming onto that natural spore crawlers rather in position. Beautiful transfuses as well, and forces the tactical jump. Vivid just so on point right now with the defense. How can HeRoSCV respond?
Well, he knows there's a lot of units, but Helium run by, or I think those were a lot of drones to take.
Yeah, but Helium run by not going to be enough. They will not be able to survive.
Not enough.
But yeah, you're saying that was a good surgical strike there. Spine crawlers just completely ignored. HeRoSCV sure could have gotten out with some more Hellions by that point in time. But Zergling's able to reinforce, so overall another even trade by that point in time. But the problem here is with Vivid ahead in the economy, every even trade does not matter to him. He's able to keep on keeping on with his production, go higher and higher in terms of tech, higher and higher in terms of economy. On to the low ground we go, already going for a 5th, and Vivid does not care at all what HeRoSCV is up to, because he's feeling that he's been able to defend so well. He's been feeling that he's always in position to face off whatever is coming his way. But it's gonna be a little different. Cyclones right now did get the maglog, I believe, to get some better value from the Cyclones in the first place. Mix and match with the Hellions as well, and this can pack a punch to the economy of Vivid. Anyway though, yeah, HeRoSCV sending these battle cruisers in. This time I'm gonna get a few SCVs. The SCVs are trying to repair this one.
They're trying to repair.
They're trying to get there. It's not gonna happen. It's finally they repaired. Yes, it did. Good job, SCVs, and completely out position by this point in time. But yeah, BCs as well as a Cyclone Hellion play here from HeRoSCV. The thing about HeRoSCV is he knows that Vivid is so many bases deep that he's just trying to keep on up. He's looking to bridge the gap with some surgical strikes, but it's not happening. So instead, he's trying to go bigger and better with the bases. I think to note, Vivid does have more bases, sure, but they're not as saturated as you'd expect, because he is going for multiple bases just to get more and more gas. Looks like it is going to be Broodlords, potentially Infestors, as well as Vipers into the cards later on. Late game Zerg really defined by many of those spellcasters. But on the flip side, HeRoSCV able to come ahead in terms of that middle count. Mules so strong, getting so much economy ahead in the workers as well. And Vivid right now trying to go for the pokes. Roaches looking to get in position for an attack, but off creep. Gonna get microed on and gonna get moved on by the Cyclones in the first place. And this looks a little wary here for Vivid actually. He was looking so strong. But HeRoSCV was able to just surprise out of nowhere. Now though, the fourth base forced to lift on up thanks to these Corruptors. But what really was the turning point here, Mr. Panda? How did Vivid come to a lower worker count? Was it because of the Hellion run-bys, or was it HeRoSCV building on?
HeRoSCV just distracted Vivid to the point that he overcommitted to defense and he just lost at some point. But I think it's HeRoSCV's poking tactics is just annoying.
That's true, like he always has to put the queens in a spot or two. And there you go with the Cyclones cleaning things up. Still a big thing to note that Vivid has been able to defend pretty well. And he's going heavy on the gas. That's the biggest thing. He's going heavy on the gas. That's really the objective of the Zerg's farm right now. And go for some Ravagers at any point in time. Broodlord Cocoons as well as I said, Infestors and Vipers can be easily produced. But Vivid now again sending these Corruptors on. Go for the Scouts. Not gonna be the best unit, of course. Don't worry about that. Siege stack right now might get spotted. Corruption, very potent against any buildings. But it's gonna be the Thor.
Thor
going for the hammer on in already. So HeRoSCV has been able to transition. Oh no, the Cyclones catch the Corruptors! And this is gonna be a potential huge hit against Vivid. Everything going down in the air. Goodness. And that is just so painful. The Cyclones get the lock on. Who would expect the game to turn out like this? And HeRoSCV, the skies have been cleared. Vivid in a spot of trouble. That was a lot of eggs going that way. He is going to be forced to go the spellcaster route, going for that neuroparasite on the Infestors. Vipers are there as well. Make sure the clouds as well, the abducts are huge and potent. But it's looking difficult here for Vivid, man.
Good catch.
This is such a big catch. So down, and Balix out trying to go on in. Good hits on the Siege Max, but it's not gonna be enough because HeRoSCV has the biggest army of them all. Vivid still trying to regroup, but he wasn't ready for a hit that big. And HeRoSCV able to take the front lines away from Vivid. This time there is gonna be no defense. The Corruptors were flying around, trying to get some snipes, force the bases to be lifted off on. But it's just not going to be enough because the Cyclones are there as well. Plus was one, packing a punch. It doesn't matter that it's +2/+2 here for Vivid, because more and more things doing the damage that needs to be done here for HeRoSCV.
Oh wow, the Manor Mule.
Dude, he's even microing those BCs to get on the way. The Mules are brought in to go for the repair, of course. Make sure that the Siege tanks, the doors, and the BCs are all good to go. Abducto gonna get the yoink onto some Cyclones, but by this point in time, it's just not enough DPS. It's only a number of roaches as well as these Vipers. 10 roaches, 8 Vipers, and that is the world here for Vivid. HeRoSCV on the flip side, already on the outskirts, demolishing everything in his paths. And just Vivid losing so many Corruptors. HeRoSCV knew that was the killing blow. And it's time to go for the attack yet again. Onto the 4th expansion we go. HeRoSCV just demolishing everything. Vivid in the meantime sending the Vipers on in yet again. Has some Ravagers this time. Thor though gonna get caught in a bad spot. Good clouds as well. Forcing the Siege tanks to be unable to get the shots. So Vivid able to defend. Abduct onto the Tor! But still, HeRoSCV. Oh no, the Thor is getting yoinked! Not gonna be
Bye,
enough.
Thors.
Bye, Thors. Bye, Thors.
Yeah, but unfortunately for Vivid, he lost so much. I don't think he can come back from this because here SCV is popping out so many units right now. So many mech units.
Yeah, he kept the siege going, and look at that, all mineraled out for what? So many Thors. 10 Thors online, 2 Hellbats, we got some siege tanks and the BC as well for fire support. But look at that, units lost tab 16,000 to 9.7.
16K.
16k, and
That's
the
a
big
lot,
thing is,
man.
those 17 corruptors given up for free. They were not
Yeah,
able to pay for themselves.
The Corruptors, yeah. The dead unit.
The dead
Literally.
unit literally exploding in the air. You think about that, you see a gas cloud of blood out of nowhere because you're like taking a break in the cyclone, you're chilling, having a drink, and then your automatic seeker decides to just shoot up in the air and you kill so many things. You get a promotion, you become a general or something because of that, and you're like, okay, cool, good job, Cyclone, good job indeed.
Good job. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't see anything coming back from this for Vivid, right?
yeah, it will take
Hero SCV solid.
Yeah, well, like HeRoSCV knows he has this in the bag. He's gonna go for attack. If he waits for Vivid to come back at this one, he will really pack a punch because he does still have good creep tumor spread on outs and go for those bases at any point in time. But Vivid right now is trying to get those bases up and running. He has a drone set on for that potential 5th. That is gonna be all the minerals going there. Good to know now. Gets a Thor already. Takes down one. But HeRoSCV has to decide to go for the attack. If he waits dilly-dallies by this point in time, the Daks will systematically, automatically pick him apart. In the meantime, here we go onto the potential 5th. Doesn't allow the drone to morph on in at any point in time. On the ramp though we go. Ravagers getting about to connect. What was that all about? Damage being done. Still, HeRoSCV waiting for something to happen. Abduck gets a Thor, but the Viper traded on in response. Is that a worthwhile trade, Mr. Panda?
No. Because one Viper is worth so many Thors, to be honest.
Thors are very, very important, but right now it is going to be HeRoSCV trying to play against the Cloud Ravagers as well as the Broodlords in behind. Looking to pack a punch, but these Thors are still alive and breathing. Beautiful battle right here, right now. Congruent supports artillery fire, and HeRoSCV in a bad spot by this point in time, but Vivid losing out so much as well. In the end, it seems like the air units are going to be the only ones left. The Vikings getting free hits, honestly, onto the Broodlords, and the Ravagers have to get the micro on going. A parasitic bomb from the Viper might turn things around. In the meantime, a hatchery does go down, and this Viking looking to be a hero for HeRoSCV can get a snipe potentially onto the Broodlord. Has decided to focus down onto the Viper though. Can the parasitic bomb get channeled in time? Not gonna happen. Oh, transfusion though.
No,
Two of them keeping him alive. Both players, man. What?
Yeah, because like I said, the Viper is so vital in unit comp.
It's such a important spellcaster to begin with. And damn, the save there from Vivid. The Ravagers right now able to come closer and closer. Both of them took some good hits, but the blinding clouds there from Vivid just able to give him the advantage, able to allow him to take the W there. And it seems like the tables have been turned, Mr. Panda. HeRoSCV knew he had to go for the attack, but he got choked out, he got caught in a bad funnel. And he
Because
paid
the
the price for
Vipers
it.
did so much. The Vipers did so much work because of the blinding clouds.
Yeah,
Also,
Yo, what's up?
yeah, Broodlords. Yeah. Sorry, sir.
Oh, that right now. Corruptors having free reign, finally flying in the air safely away from the Cyclone Brigade, basically. It was, they had a hit squad. It was a hit squad against the Corruptors, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This was one of those games where it did, but right now it's still not gonna be enough for HeRoSCV to take the win after a very, very difficult fight to begin with. He needed to go to the attack, he needed to find the opportunity there, but by that point in time, Thors were caught in the cloud. Abduct, parasitic bomb as well, getting the yoink. In the meantime, here we go with the chase down already. Corruptors trying to get those Vikings. And honestly, a little bit of a reset here and now for both, but HeRoSCV is looking a little worse for wear in terms of that economy. Still though, the Thors are set on up, packing a punch. Getting some good hits on Baldo, connecting yet again. And I do like really the addition of the Ravager to the Zerg tech pool. It allows them many answers, especially against siege tanks. Makes it a pretty even fight. Allows these artillery strikes to happen. So by this point in time, Panda, what really is the game plan for both of our players?
Well, it's whoever messes up their defense, to be honest, because both players have been defending and attacking at the same time, but both players are phenomenal at defending at these points.
It really depends if any one of these two can get caught out. Production though coming our way, more and more hatcheries yet again here for Vivid. He really likes building bases and bases and bases here with SCP. In the meantime, I feel like he's just trying to play catch up by this point because he's seen Vivid and how much he's going for the macro. It has been a very admirable affair though from HeRoSCV, keeping on up. Orbital commands are set, can drop the mules by any point in time. But still, Thor's onto the right-hand side, going to the southeast quadrant. Should be able to see this hatchery by this point in time. In the meantime, though, Vivid has a very good saturation on the bases he was fended off against from a while ago. But he is sacrificing those hatchery HPs for those Viper energies. Will this be a risky play? That's the real question. And it seems like Panda, we are going to get a brawl on the low ground.
Yep. Well, see as things are, if the Vipers don't get the blinding clown hits, if it messes up, it's gonna be big yikes.
Yeah, that's a do or die moment here now, because honestly, HeRoSCV, all he needs to do is siege in the right spots and A move to get those kills. Even gonna get the patch on the Broodlord Cocoons, trying to morph on in. Not enough DPS there by this point in time. Drones gonna try to go for some minerals yet again. Beautiful duck onto a Thor already, but a scan gonna give that vision as well. And now here we go with the Ravagers. They'll drop on down. Weird thing about Vivid right now is his Broodlords are nowhere to really be seen. And this is HeRoSCV getting the catch already, going for the smackdown. Clouds are huge, sure. The balls are connecting, yes. But there's just not enough damage here from our Zerg player. And HeRoSCV surviving with those siege tanks, getting the hits on, gets the force cancel against the Cocoons. But some of them might come online. There we go, Broodlords back into the fold. But the Vikings and the Thors are given the opportunity. We said it before, that these things need to have protection in the front line. The Roaches and the Ravagers are trying to be it. But the siege tanks in behind, backing the punch yet again. No more Vipers by this point in time. And HeRoSCV has found his calling, has found the opportunity here, has found the strike. It seems like he was able to get the snipe onto the Broodlords before, or it was just a little bit of the split action. Saw the Vipers and saw the Broodlord Cocoons trying to morph on in. The Thors were able to just demolish them up in the air. Ravagers right now taking the high ground. Good methodological approach here from Mr. Vivid. But these Roaches and Ravagers just not stanky enough to withstand the onslaught. And HeRoSCV takes the well-deserved win. Could have gone either way, Panda. But in the end, it was the Thors getting the hammer on and Mech really proving its superiority. What can you really take away from that game, man?
Vivid messed up with the defense. Like the blinding clouds are there, but unfortunately, what wasn't there was the Broodlords. Didn't make it in time. I think he overcommitted to the Ravagers, but lacked the Broodlords in the process.
And yeah, the big thing about the Ravagers is they're trying to get close to get the bile onto the siege tanks. But at the same time, if they're caught by the Thors, then they're gonna die. The Cloud, sure, it is able to blind. But then HeRoSCV can first step out of it, move forward, intercept the Roaches and the Ravagers. And at the second, if the Ravagers and Roaches are too close, theoretically, they can still shoot. It becomes melee range. It doesn't, fully blind them. So they can still pack a punch if those units are too close. And yeah, that's just too much damage done. HeRoSCV able to take the well-deserved win. That was a really good rematch between the two. And it was fun to know, it was fun to have a match of a pretty much renowned player, basically in Vivid. HeRoSCV as well has been climbing the charts. And we'll see you guys in the next one.